It's Wednesday the 6th. And I've decided to walk up the road again. Orange Cat's all fired up about it. Give him another training session. Gray Cat is practicing his getting underneath your feet and tripping you, which will be good if I can teach him to do it to a booger. Maybe he's already learned that, and that's why he was in the garbage can. He likes to run out front of you and stop. There's a bit of a chill in there tonight. It feels good. I love it. Listen how happy. The big baby Bailey decided not to come. These are touch-me-nots. They get these little orange flowers whenever they're seeds. And they're done all flowered out now. But they usually grow on creek banks. This one's growing on the ditch line. And they're good for bug bites. They get a juice in them. They're good for bug bites and poison ivies and check that out. Something is using this to come down. Could be deer. That kind of looks like a print in there. Thanks, Gray Cat. Get your old head in the way. Can't tell if it's an eye shine. Big old branch stuck upside down in that tree. I don't know if that's marking it. So I'm thinking about, which I've thought about this for a while now, doing like an introductory video. I see like other people's got them. Like for instance, Snow White Bigfoot. And I tell you what, I'm proud of that gal. She caught an amazing footage. It looks like a juvenile booger. I mean, you can slow it down. She slows it down 25%, but I slowed it on down on my YouTube. Another 25. And I can see arm swing and everything on it. Ow. But anyway, I'm wanting to do an introductory video. And just what I'm thinking about doing is relating all the stories I have and what all's happened here and happened from before and whatnot. Whenever I kept a written journal before, I started doing videos, and that's why I started doing videos. Kind of as a video journal, because to be honest with you, I'm not the most organized person, and I'm also terrible at taking notes. But for about a year or two, I guess, of me knowing. I started jotting it down before I got a camera or my phone. This is my first video camera. I've had it since January. It was also my first smartphone. And I got it, I think, back in November. And started doing videos with it, but they sucked. Just old cheap phones from Walmart. But it does what I want it to do, makes calls and such. And then I got my first laptop. Maybe I've already said this, but I got it in January. First computer ever. And got this camera about that same time. And I know I put out a lot of videos, but there's a lot of stuff that happens here. And I get out a lot. I try to get out at least every weekend. And I'll get out between it, and if stuff's happening around the house, I try to document that. And sometimes you get the same questions, like where are you from, or where are you at? And I've said it in a couple videos, I'm sure, and then I've said it hundreds of times in the comments. And I'm not belly aching about it, but sometimes you gotta do your own research. Research the researchers. I like to do it just because then I can tell better who I can trust. And I've got the people I trust. If you go to my homepage on my channel, I've got all the ones I can trust listed on it. But that's just me. If people give me a reason not to trust them, then it's hard for me to trust them ever again. I mean, if they want to put out something that's definitely not true, then yeah, I kind of quit following them. I'm kind of done with them once I lose that trust, because I'm after the truth. And you can ask my local cable company. TV puts out a lot of lies, so I'm done with TV. Don't want it, don't need it. Now the interweb, you can kind of navigate around, listen to this guy and that guy, or whatever. Not just boogering channels, but any of your news and whatnot. And if you do enough research, you can kind of figure out what's going on in the world. And it's not going to be on these big channels with millions of subs to them. They've got agendas and they're allowed to proceed. They're putting out what the elite wants you to hear. Someone today was talking in the comments about birthing. And I think, and I've talked to other researchers about this, people that's been in the field for 40 plus years, and some of us newer people. But around here, I think it's April, May that they breed. And they birth around January, February. And I say this because the activity picks up, and it's just, you can feel a different vibe. You can feel a kind of a more aggression. Seems like there's more, I don't know, mischief going on. Maybe the young males have got their getting their nerve up and showing off and whatnot. But you got to think that these things, they're a lot tougher than we are. It's probably 60 degrees out here, and like I said, it's a little bit chilly. I like it. I think it feels great. I'm tired of summer though. Here in about 3 months, you'll hear me crying about how cold I am. I can't wait for spring, but man, fall is my time of the year. I love it for several reasons. But back in the days, I mean, you know, like Native Americans and your clans and tribes, whatever you want to call them, over in Europe, they had kids in the wintertime and survived. I think they get back in some of these rock shelters or caves or whatever the local area provides. Heck, I've seen them, well, I haven't seen them, but I've heard of them from a cousin being in old abandoned houses. He went to hunt one. I've got a video about that. So he went to hunt in the house, and on a cold, rainy November morning, frog. But anyway, one jumped out the window on him. You gotta think these things have built-in fur coats, and they're used to it. They're used to this environment. They're masters of the environment. You've got these guys living way up north in Canada and such, and out in over in Russia where it gets cold. And I don't think the cold phases them much. A little bit of proof is, I keep referring to her, but she's getting great stuff, man, and I'm proud of her. Whenever I first came online, she's one of the first people I met in a group that I'm no longer a part of because the guy's a little wacko. But I'm not sure if she's still in the group or not. It's her business. But she got that footprint from a juvenile. I mean, it was a small print. I can't remember what month it was, but we talked about it. I did a little bit of research on it, and that one would have only been a few months old. She's up in Ohio and I'm in Kentucky, so maybe hers runs from probably about the same here, late April to late May, I would say, for her. There's old Bailey. Did you decide to go boogering? Yeah, you didn't want them kitty cats to show you up tonight, did you? Good girl. But that little track was from one that I figured was born in the winter. And also, I'm tickled to death. We got each other on Messenger, and we talk a lot, and it's all theory, of course, but I'm sure the government knows that they exist, and scientists do, and I'm sure they know a lot more than we do, but they're not letting it out yet. It's only a matter of time. It seems like now more people are getting involved with this than even 4 years ago, whenever I figured it out that they was real. You're having more sightings. I don't know if it's because the numbers are picking up, which I think it is. I don't think it's actually human encroachment, which was probably got something to do with it. But you got to think, whenever the Europeans came over here and they brought diseases, a lot of natives died off. And I figure it's about the same for boogers. Disease is something that in Mother Nature only the strongest survive, so you get those genes passed down. But again, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a poor old dumb hillbilly that does a lot of figuring on stuff. But I've got common sense. And I've got motivation. And once you know that these things are out there, I call them things because I'm not sure what they are. I don't know if they're a sort of human or just another animal. I don't think they're another animal. I don't think they're an ape. I kind of lean toward at least partially human, but that's just me and a few others. I definitely don't think there's anything magical about them. I just think that they've got great speed and agility and a pretty smart head on them. Anyway, God bless everybody.